Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. I am finally free from, just what's been an absolutely insane, frankly, kind of horrible semester. Done with all of my finals, done with all of my classwork. I am free until next semester. So back with a video, we're checking out a fantastic band today, Gacharic Spin, with their track Replica, back with a studio track, which has been a good while since we've done that. Been a lot of live performances, so interesting to see this, I suppose, other side of them, the side that a lot of people say isn't quite as good. I think the studio stuff is fantastic, so I'm certainly looking forward to this. Before we continue with this video, there is top of the description, there is a link to the, first link in the description, there's a link to the music video, so go check it out, give them some support, and then come back here and finish this. But yeah, Gacharic Spin, always doing some crazy stuff, always a joy to check out, so I'm looking forward to this. I must admit, as we go into this, my mind is just fried from this semester. It has been hell, plain and simple. So I'm still a bit off. I'm sure my commentary on the music is going to suffer a little bit, and I know my commentary on the lyrics are going to suffer a little bit. So just bear with me through this one, and hopefully you still like what I have to say. Also, apologies for the lighting. It is, late afternoons in the winter. Lighting gets interesting. So yeah. Anyways, excited to check this one out. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Starting off with some electronic droning, good sort of trap beat, good bass back there. Very different. And the bass kicks in, okay. And into the right. I was expecting a slightly harder drop there. Interesting though. Just getting a build up with it. So, what's the payoff gonna be here? Fantastic bass as always. Going a bit harder here. Got a bit more. It's a bit more present almost. These are probably the best vocals I've heard from them as well. Ooh. Okay. This is a shift. Back into this bit, assuming the chorus. A little bit of guitar work there. Okay. Good electronics in this section. layering here. Okay. Okay. Got kind of heavy there at the end almost. That very interesting song. I've not heard anything. I'm trying to follow sneeze now. I've not heard anything quite like that before. Very interesting. Very interesting. Looking forward to talking about that in a moment. But first, of course, we need to take a look at the lyrics. And as we do this, a shout out to Reddit user GSXDC, who compiled the lyrics over on the Gacharic Spin subreddit, which made this a lot easier to look at them, because, let's see, looking on the video, yeah, there is no transcript available of the captions. There are English captions instead in the description, just there's no transcript available, so now I can actually really easily look into all of them. So yeah, we'll just kind of run through this bit by bit, and when I have stuff to say, I'll say it. This is where I'm not going to be able to say as much because, like I said, my mind is still just off from this semester, so I'm still going to back into the groove of things. But anyways, at the very beginning, can you tell me who you are? That is a very important line for sort of the central ideas of this. So we'll dive into a bit more in depth later. Just keep that in mind. Can you tell me who you are? That question of identity, and expand upon your name, occupation, income, looks. It's a package deal. Not a lot to say with that one, but again, just building off of that, and the next line does that. So, what kind of person do I look like? Again, that question of identity on the more personal level now. The relationship that's reflected, can it be pure, and can it be as pure and beautiful as possible? This is a line that I simply just don't have anything to say. Someone's always on my mind. Again, we get a big question of each sort of someone, a person, identity coming back in a little bit, always on their mind. They're always thinking about this question of someone, something again we'll see expanded upon a little bit further in the song. Similar specs, decent appearance, every day trying to patch things up. Just again a little bit of that creeping in there. Not as much to say on this line. This bit mostly is just this question of identity. I'll tie it in. Is it only Wednesday, about halfway through the week? I don't know what to say on that. Beyond that, to be honest. My shoulders are stiff. I got makeup I couldn't remove. What I see here is a question of sort of being stuck in sort of the presentation you get. So I think we saw within the video a little bit, right? That the puppets and everything, the replicas, as we'll see throughout this song, by the question of, my shoulders are stiff, they're not able to quite move themselves. Makeup I couldn't remove, they have this sort of appearance they're presenting that they can't really change, is sort of what I'm gathering there. As many memories you want to erase, crushed up cans of beer. Genuinely no idea on this one. Today is replica number 5. Probably Wednesday, not Sunday, Monday. Day number 4. So I don't know, but replica number 5. It's sort of the 5th version of them, the 5th replica of them that we're seeing. And I'll expand upon that idea of a replica later on. What am I supposed to become if I lose sight of who I am? Very big element there within the song. We're getting that idea of identity. If I lose sight of who I am, that question of who you are. We talked earlier about what kind of person do I look like. So we're getting back into that idea there. Sadness, joy, people are dull, basic malfunction, moody and manipulative, smile to create allies. So we're getting these just different elements of people, of being human. People are dull, basic malfunction. I don't really know what to say there. We get a bit of that of I don't know. I'm just trying to speak and it's not working right. You're actually lonely, right? Possibly ties to that smile to create allies idea that they're not quite able to present themselves in a way to make these allies, make friends, to build relationships. Earlier we had that relationship that's reflected, possibly tying back into that. I'm not sure. you disappeared, Miss Dreamer. I think an idea that they used to have these dreams, these hopes, these aspirations, and those are now gone. I think there was another Gacharic Spin track that we looked at that had a similar idea there, but I could be going crazy with that one. What am I supposed to become? What am I supposed to become if I lose sight of who I am, or talked about that? It doesn't even have to be me. I know that much. They're saying that they don't have to become themselves. They just have to become someone. And again, that idea earlier in the song, someone's always on my mind. Acting like I'm trying to fill a hole, like I'm trying to get hooked. They're trying to do something, trying to fill a hole, trying to fill the emptiness, perhaps. Trying to get hooked. I don't know. They're get connected to someone or something, perhaps. I don't know. I'm sick of these replica people. Nice job. They're tired of everyone sort of presenting themselves as a replica of something and not just being themselves. Laughing on the surface, so it's sort of what's presented is not what's really there. Wearing a mask, where's the real one? We get that idea made very clear there. I think that was something we saw in the video as well, with sort of different faces being put on the puppets. The idea of, again, that sort of presentation is not the real self. There's no... What? That scroll down for the thought. There's no end in sight. You're pretentious and full of crap. I don't know much to say on that one. Good line, though. I know it and I can't stop. I think a bit of a response to that. Can someone just say that it's alright, that this is all okay? I think a pretty straightforward line there. And then, in parentheses, as it's written out here, I feel sorry for you. I think that was the bit where, maybe there were, I think sort of the extra puppets sort of saying stuff. That might be that part right there. I'm not sure. Not much to say on that. I hate that word. Then what do you want me to say? Let me return the favor. Thank you. I feel sorry for you. Are those last two bits in quotation marks? Not sure what to say there. Your body may be next to me, but your heart is above. Am I wrong? That, a great line right there. Despite being with someone's side, that connection, they are not there. They're just sort of, they're physically there, but they're not necessarily mentally there. Something that they're physically there, not quite mentally there. And then I'm sorry, I'm a replica of how I feel today, getting back into those elements earlier. Every word cuts like a knife. What would tomorrow's me think? We get an idea there at the end of that again, they're changing who they are and how they're presenting from day to day. Not sure on that first bit though. Sick these replica people have had that part before. I don't have feelings. I don't think it's okay. I have no sympathy. If I show you how I feel, will I not be able to live here? Again, we're getting that idea of that replica, that they're presenting something that they aren't really there, that I don't have feelings, they're just presenting feelings. And then the idea of, if I show you how I feel, will I not be able to live here? I'm grabbing a fear of almost isolation and rejection after revealing themselves, which is something that, you know, I certainly can relate to, and I'm sure a lot of y'all can as well, unfortunately. But I love that bit right there. You're just acting in quotation marks right there, just tying back into that idea before. What am I supposed to come from? Who I am? I think we talked about that earlier. Doesn't know do me. I know that much. What number am I today? A replica for? They've lost track of how many times they've presented themselves as something they're not. They've lost track of this version of themselves and everything. When I want to stay calm, I go white. On days when I don't want to lose, I go black. We're seeing basically just different versions of themselves presented again. What kind of voice and tone? Again, that idea. Wrong choice. So they make mistakes with this. That's charming, a charm, an accessory, a piece of candy hidden in a bag. I legitimately don't know on this line. If there's some kind of specific reference or specifics with the symbolism that I'm missing, let me know. This is something that is unfortunately just going right over my head. One step above shameful, it's much better than nothing. I don't know how much I say on that line. Again, that's one of those ones that I really like. This one and that one, they're all me. All of these replicas are some part of them, essentially. I'm not a fake. Sort of a rejection of the idea we've seen earlier that they're presenting something that isn't them. This is all of them. They're not a fake. Use them separately. Try not to hurt yourself or anyone else. They're using these replicas in different situations that match the best to sort of have the best result, but not to be hurt and not to hurt anyone else. Sort of that idea, we all have all these slightly different versions of ourselves that we'll present in different situations. You know, you present in one way, you know, at work or in class, and in a different way with different friend groups, and a different way with your family, and so on and so forth. Sort of the idea I'm grabbing there. Where the heck was that line? If I could separate my mind from my heart, it would be easier. There was the line earlier in the song, where is it? Your body may be next to me, but your heart is above. I'm getting a bit of a connection back to that, but I don't have much to say on that line. Pain and tears, I'll never forget, just emotion, I don't know what more to say beyond that. To save me one day, no idea there. Seen that bit before, seen that before. Let's say, just say that, sorry, I think it's seen that. We all may never know what it is to be ourselves. Oh, that's a great line. I somehow missed that in my earlier read-throughs of this. That is a great line right there. Again, that idea of the replicas, there are so many of them that we may not know exactly who the true us is. I'm trying to fill a hole, I'm trying to get hooked up with that. What am I supposed to do? Saw those two lines again. I'm acting to survive, that just they're trying to keep going, trying to, you know, survive. I don't have a better word to use there. Let me know if you have any other tricks up your sleeve. Perhaps a question of, are there any alternatives to this? I'm not sure. Today's my birthday. Replica number 6. A new version of them has been created. So, ultimately, well, yeah, I'm really struggling to dive into some of the specifics in this song. My mind just, there's a lot of things in here that I can't quite grasp yet. The sort of overarching idea I get from this is that idea of presenting yourself in different ways and sort of masking who you really are in order to be able to keep going, in order to fit in order to avoid judgment, in order to avoid harm, so on and so forth. And that question of, is any of this who I really am? Sort of a bit of a philosophical question there. The question of, is any of this who I really am? Am I able to present who I really am? How much of this is me? How much of this is false? How much of this is a replica, something intended to mimic, to recreate, but is not its own thing? And there's an idea there, a question of, are you your own person, or are you just a replica of others and of other things? So yeah, some different questions in there. That's sort of the overarching ideas of the song. I hope I explained this enough for y'all to get some level of understanding, or at least of my reading of it. But yeah, unfortunately, there are several lines in here that I can't quite focus in on. So you'll have to forgive me for the somewhat rough analysis today. Hopefully, as we continue getting back into the groove of videos, I'll be better, and hopefully we'll get some stuff coming up that is a bit easier for me to gather. But anyways, yeah, good lyrics overall. Definitely a few elements in there that I can relate to. Probably not great that I can relate to them, but hey, it is what it is. But anyways, lyrical analysis done. It is time to talk about the music, which was fantastic. It's getting a little dark in here, so let me open up the blinds a little bit. That should be, that's a little better, anyways, yeah, music, starting off with the vocals, fantastic. Like I said, probably the best vocals I've heard from them yet. To be fair, there is, of course, a difference between, you know, a studio recording where there's going to be a little bit of editing that takes place to finalize everything and perfect everything, and then a live performance where you get a much more raw version of it. So in a sense, that's not too surprising that these are the best, but vocals were fantastic. They were fantastic. Not a lot of specifics to talk about with them. There are a few different moments in there. You had the slightly more towards almost spoken word. You had it at the beginning. It came back in at another point as well, but I forget exactly when, which was a cool sound. You had a bit more of the sort of what I would expect from them within the chorus and sections like that, moving towards the end as well. And then you had a bit more almost on the side of pop vocals, not quite the right description there, but almost like that, with that slower piano section. So there's some good variety in here. Everything just done excellently. The guitar, a little more subtle in this track than it's been some of their others. The moments where it stood out, it was incredible. Oh, Had's doing some really cool stuff. The rest of the time, just a bit of guitar going on, a little bit of stuff happening with that. It was pretty cool. Not a lot to say on it. On the whole, it wasn't as much of a guitar heavy track as some of the others I've heard from them have been. On the same level of quality, but not as many guitar-focused moments. This track, it really did feel like the bass and the vocals were taking the lead on this one, which I suppose not too surprising with this band, but not a lot to say on the guitar. It was fantastic, though. The bass, I mean, that was the standout instrument in this one. That was incredible. Great tone, great playing, went crazy, went hard. Not a lot to say on it today, but I mean, the bass was just incredible, plain and simple. The drums, loved the drums. There's really good stuff. A lot of like, oh, that's really nice, right? There's some good movements with it and everything. Nothing, I don't think I've mentioned anything sort of in the reaction section, but I mean, the drums were fantastic in this, as expected. I'll have to listen back a few more times, but I think these are a strong candidate for the best drums I've heard from them so far. And then the keyboards, the piano, electronics, all of that. That was incredible. Real standout for me was the section was the actual the piano sound where it slowed down and everything. Loved that, but you had some more atmospheric electronic movements towards the beginning, which was really cool. And then there was, when the song really went crazy, when it really got much more intense, there was a much more apparent sort of electronic thing, almost a bit of a retro, almost video game kind of sound. Not quite, but that's the best word I have for it right now. Loved that. The piano section was the most standout section. That was the best of all of that stuff in the song, in my opinion. So, on the whole, another varied song. They shifted around a lot, but I think when compared to some of the other songs I've heard from them, like Gacharic, the first one we checked out, this was a lot more coherent and cohesive. It felt like it was all part of the same thing, where Gacharic, while everything fit together, it did feel like it was very different sections. So this one, I think Gacharic is the better song for me. I think that it's different. This is, the elements in this one, I think, are a bit closer to stuff I've heard, even if the song itself is very different from anything I've heard. That song, it was different, it was unique, it was fresh, and still holds a special place in my heart. So I think that is the song I like more, but I could make the argument that this is the better song, right? But yeah, just on the whole, fantastic song. It handled all the different moments really well, brought them together, I would say, perfectly. Just a blast to check out. And again, probably the best vocals I've heard from them. Incredible bass, solid guitar, solid guitar, and then drums and piano electronics, all of that were fantastic. And again, some of the best stuff I've heard from them. So yeah, great song, and makes me very excited to check out more stuff from them. Once again, it happens every time I check them out, but yeah, very excited to see what comes next on the list from them. But I am out of things to say on the song, so y'all know the drill. It is time to check out, it's time to spin the wheel, see what we'll get next time, up to 123. There's been a few new things that dropped. I know there was new Lucid Dream track, new Lady Baby track, new Cilio track, and Bring Me the Horizon live performance. I know there are a few other things on here, I just don't know what all they are. Couple new Ray things, but yeah, list is getting up there. Hopefully we'll start chipping away at it again. Yeah, let's give it a spin and see what we get. Very excited to see what the next thing will be. Oh, Baby Metal next time. One of the live performances from a little while back. Alright, just checking out. Band I absolutely love. This will be an easy one. It's a song that, I forget which one this is, but I've already done the lyrical analysis for it, so that's going to be an easier reaction in that aspect. But yeah, the Baby Metal live performance as well, which is going to be incredible. Very excited to check this one out. Not a lot to say, but yeah, very excited. But I am out of things to say, so that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music video, like I said, so you can go check it out, support the artist. Link to my Gacharic Spin reactions playlist and my rock and metal reactions playlist, so you can check out some similar content from me. And then links to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree, which has my other stuff in it in case any of that interests you. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.